Time, it's not just something you're running out of, it's a whole vibe. The ancient Maya figured that out centuries ago, and the Dreamspell calendar is basically their cosmic life hack for riding the energy of each day instead of getting steamrolled by it. It's not about bending time or unlocking some mystical secret, it's about tuning into the natural rhythm of life and working with it instead of constantly feeling like you're swimming against the tide. The Dreamspell is a modern interpretation of the Mayan calendar, designed to help you align with the energy of each day. Some people swear by it, saying it's helped them find clarity, make better decisions, and feel more connected to the world around them. Others think it's more of a spiritual placebo, but either way, the idea that time isn't just a linear countdown, but a flow of shifting energies is pretty compelling. So what if you could stop fighting the clock and start flowing with it? Imagine starting your day already in sync with the universe, instead of feeling like you're 2 steps behind. Let's dive into the Dreamspell and see if there's really something to this, or if it's just another cosmic wild goose chase. In the psychedelic haze of the 1980s, a man named José Argüelles, alongside his wife Lloydalyn, decided the world needed a new perspective on time. Drawing inspiration from the ancient Mayan Tzolk'in, a 260-day sacred calendar, they birthed the Dreamspell calendar. So why did they feel compelled to create a new calendar when the one we already had seemed to be doing just fine? Why did they feel the need to reinterpret the Mayan system? Well, he believed that humanity had lost touch with natural time, a notion echoed in his 1987 book, The Mayan Factor. According to Argüelles, the Gregorian calendar, with its uneven months and artificial structure, had thrown us out of sync with the cosmos. He saw this as the root cause of global instability, environmental degradation, and human disconnection. The Dreamspell calendar was meant to fix this cosmic imbalance by recalibrating human consciousness to the rhythms of nature. Argüelles wasn't just some stoned-out hippie with a cosmic theory, he had credentials. He held a PhD in art history and aesthetics and had spent years studying Mesoamerican culture. He was also the mastermind behind the Harmonic Convergence of 1987, which was a global meditation event that attracted thousands of spiritual seekers to sacred sites like Stonehenge and Machu Picchu. The idea was that by meditating together, humanity could usher in a new era of peace and harmony. And it wasn't just fringe spiritualists who bought into this. Celebrities like Shirley MacLaine turned up, adding a touch of Hollywood glamour to the whole thing. So, how exactly does the Dreamspell work? If you're thinking it's just some mystical calendar where you mark off the days like you would with a wall calendar from Tesco, think again. The Dreamspell isn't about counting time, it's about tuning into the natural flow of time. It's designed to help you align with cosmic rhythms rather than the artificial choppy structure of the Gregorian calendar. At its core, the Dreamspell operates on a repeating 260-day cycle. Each day is defined by a unique combination of 20 solar seals, which represent different archetypal energies, and 13 galactic tones, which describe how that energy expresses itself. The idea is that each day has a specific vibe or energetic quality, and understanding these combinations helps you to sync up with the natural flow of time. To understand it better, let's break it down with a very simple analogy. Imagine time as a giant cosmic wardrobe. Each day, you open up the wardrobe to find your perfect outfit is already laid out for you. But it's not just about the clothes. Each outfit is made up of 20 different patterns, the solar seals, and 13 different accessories, the galactic tones. The combination you pick each day creates a unique look that sets the tone for how you'll feel and interact with the world. Some days you'll be wearing what feels like an effortlessly cool combo that makes you feel aligned and on point. Everything just seems to click. And on other days it might be mismatched pieces that make you feel a bit off balance, like you're fighting against the flow and getting some weird looks from your co-workers. That feeling of discomfort? The Dreamspell encourages you to stop fighting it and instead lean into the vibe of the day, no matter how weird or mismatched it might feel. If today's outfit is giving chill and reflective, maybe you shouldn't force yourself into high energy and productive. The Dreamspell is standardized. Everyone follows the same 260-day cycle where each day has a fixed combination of solar seals and galactic tones. This means that the energy or vibe of any given day is the same for everyone globally. It's not tailored to an individual's birth date or personal astrological chart. However, here's where it gets more personal, through your Galactic Signature, which is determined by your birth date within the Dreamspell cycle. Your Galactic Signature reflects the solar seal and galactic tone that were active on the day that you were born, kind of like a spiritual fingerprint. Mine is Blue Lunar Night, and my galactic affirmation is, I polarize in order to dream, stabilizing intuition. I seal the input of abundance. With the lunar tone of challenge, I am guided by the power of vision. Once you know your galactic signature, you can use it to interpret how the universal daily energies interact with your personal energy. For example, if today's galactic tone is complementary to your birth tone, you'll feel more in flow, and if it clashes, you're going to feel more resistance. You can access the Dreamspell calendar through various online tools and apps. Websites like 13moon.com and lawoftime.org provide daily readings and interpretations based on the Dreamspell system, which are both linked in the description. You can also find Galactic Signature calculators online, which let you input your birth date to discover your signature and how it relates to the current cycle. So while the daily cycle is universal, the way you interpret and align with it is where the personal element comes in. It's kind of like the weather. Everyone experiences the same rain or the same sunshine, but how you prepare for it, umbrella, sunglasses, well, of course that depends on your own rhythm, your unique outlook. But hold your horses. Not everyone is dancing to this tune. Critics argue that the Dreamspell deviates significantly from authentic Mayan traditions, aligning more closely with the Gregorian calendar and incorporating elements that were never part of the original system. Some even suggest that Argüelles and his collaborators had ulterior motives, pointing to the alignment of the calendar with their own birthdays as evidence of a hidden agenda. Moreover, concerns about cultural appropriation have been raised, with critics asserting that the use of Mayan symbols without proper consultation or respect for indigenous perspectives constitutes a misrepresentation of ancient wisdom. And here's where it gets even more messy. The whole point of the Dreamspell was to reject the artificial structure of the Gregorian calendar, the same system Argüelles blamed for humanity's spiritual disconnect. So then why anchor the Dreamspell to that very system? Kind of feels like a conflict of interests, doesn't it? Like rebelling against capitalism while depositing your paycheck into a major bank. But in fairness, maybe the merging of the two systems just makes practical sense. Most of us were raised on the Gregorian calendar after all, so aligning the Dreamspell with it will make it easier for us to grasp. After all, if you're trying to introduce a new spiritual rhythm to people who still rely on Monday to Friday work weeks and January sales, you've kind of got to speak a language that they understand. So, is this clever adaptation or creative betrayal? That depends on whether you see the Dreamspell as a practical bridge between modern life and ancient wisdom, or as a watered-down version of sacred knowledge, dressed up to appeal to Western sensibilities. The Dreamspell is about tuning into the natural flow of life. It's about recognizing that each day carries a distinct energy and learning how to work with it rather than against it. Life isn't just a series of random events, it's a rhythm, a pattern, and the Dreamspell offers a guide for syncing up with that rhythm. Take my Galactic Signature, for example, Blue Lunar Night, representing the energy of dreams, intuition, and transformation through darkness. According to the Dreamspell, a Blue Lunar Night is a day to turn inward, to reflect, to listen to your intuition and work through emotional undercurrents. It's like a shadow work kind of energy. In practical terms, this would mean maybe setting some time aside for meditation, journaling, or even just sitting quietly with your thoughts. It's about leaning into what makes you uncomfortable and using it as fuel for growth rather than running from it. Now let's say you're a cosmic red skywalker. Yep, that's actually one of the names. A Blue Lunar Night might feel like torture for you. Red skywalkers are wired for action and adventure, so sitting still, introspecting, not exactly your comfort zone. But if you know that that's the vibe of the day, then you can adjust your expectations. And what if it's a yellow warrior day, an energetic mix of challenge and opportunity? Well, a red skywalker would thrive in that fast-paced, action-driven energy, while someone more introspective, like me, might struggle to keep up. But knowing what's coming gives you the power to adapt and to flow with it rather than feeling blindsided. Once you understand your unique energy and how it interacts with the daily vibe, you can start setting intentions that match the flow of each day. Maybe you're naturally introspective, but today's energy is calling for bold action. Knowing that lets you push yourself out of your comfort zone rather than just feeling out of sync. Or maybe the vibe is quieter, and instead of forcing productivity, you're going to allow yourself to rest and recharge without suffering from recovery resistance or productivity guilt. The magic happens when you stop forcing yourself to swim against the current and start flowing with it instead. You might begin noticing synchronicities, those perfect timing moments where everything seems to click. A sudden opportunity on a red dragon day, or a moment of intuitive clarity on a blue night day. These aren't just coincidences, they're signs that you're aligned with the natural rhythm of life. Understanding your galactic signature and the energy of each day isn't about controlling life, it's about learning to dance with it. When you stop resisting and start syncing up with the flow, life gets a whole lot easier. It's not about bending time, it's about bending with it. Whether viewed as a modern spiritual tool, a controversial reinterpretation, or conduit for higher consciousness, the Dreamspell calendar undeniably provokes thought and introspection. It challenges us to question our relationship with energy, frequency, vibration, and the flow of time, urging us to see life not as a relentless foe, but as a canvas for artistic expression. But honestly, for me, it doesn't really matter if it's real or not. Systems like astrology, tarot, and other esoteric practices generally require a leap of faith, and I think this is no different. What matters is that the message feels right. Tuning into the day's energy, leaning into your intuition, letting the natural flow of life guide you, well, that part at least definitely makes sense to me. It's about working with the current instead of constantly swimming against it. But I guess I would say that I am a Blue Lunar Night after all.